Well, g'day everyone. Today I want to show you an amazing light that's been sent to me. It's actually called the COLBOR or COLBOR, and it's 100 watt. It's the CL100 light system. And I'm going to unbox it with you now and show what's in the box, and then we'll actually have a look at how it works. This has been sent to me though, so I have to say that even though it's been sent to me, my review will be based on my findings of how I find this light. So having said that, let's do an unboxing. We'll see what's in there, and then we'll have a look at how it all functions. Okay, so let's look at the specifications. So the colour rendering index is greater than 97. The colour temperature range is 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. The beam angle wide is 120 degrees. With the standard cover, it's 55 degrees. The power is rated at 100 watts constant power. The voltage is 15 volts, 8 amp. It does have a connector, which is the GX16 3-pin connector, and I'll show that as we sort of look at the unit. The body material is ABS, and it's a plastic material. Now, the light dimensions are 202 by 116 by 117 centimetres, and also it's only 1.1 kilogram or 39 ounces in weight, so it's very, very light. The power adapter is an AC 100 to 240 volt, 50 hertz to 60 hertz, 1.8 amp, and the power adapter DC is a 15 amp 8A. Now I'll show that as well because that's something extra that I've got. So now let's have a look at how the unit works. So this is the case. Like I said, the brand name is COLBOR or COLBOR. I'm not sure how it's actually pronounced. It feels really nice. It's like a canvas material that feels quite strong actually, and it'd be good to keep it in there if you wanted to protect it. But we'll have a look now at what's inside. So this is the unit here that you're looking at. So it's nicely packed inside there. So I'll take it out. So this is the light itself. I'm going to grab everything out first so that we can have a look at what's in it. This is your battery bank. So I'll just throw this down in a second. I'll just put this over here for the moment. We have a strap as well. That will be for your case that you're looking at here. That's your power cable. Then you have a remote control. And inside here, we also have a light modifier. So, like I said, if you want to have a look what's inside, it's really quite nice. So, let's have a look at the unit itself. Very, very light actually, like incredibly light. You can see the name brand here, what it is. Obviously, this is your adapter if you wanted to take off the mount, and it appears to be a Bowen's mount, but I did see online where people were saying that it's not a perfect mount, and we'll have a look at that when I try and add one of my attachments. They said it was a little bit different on a couple of other reviews, but I'll just try it with mine and see how it goes. This is your adapter that you can attach on. It's obviously like a wide zoom or something like that, and if you push that in, it will lock into place. You can see the LED at the front there. Apart from that, there's not really much to this at all. Like I said, it's a plastic material, but you'd expect that for this sort of price range. And then you just have some controls on the back that I'll show you once I get this sort of up and running. The power cable just screws in. I suppose whether it's proprietary, I'm not sure, but it just screws in. And then you can attach it like that. I'm going to go probably the way, I'll use this in the studio where it's on 240 volt power. But when I'm sort of out and about, I'm going to use this with a V-Lock battery, and I'll show you that because I got them to send me an extra attachment that I'll show you as well when we're going through how this all works. Looking at it, this might be the one weak point of the unit. It just doesn't feel very sturdy. So I might try and take this off and put one of my other light attachments on there. I'll just have to see how it goes. It does have an umbrella attachment here though, so you can put your umbrella through there to get that as a nice soft sort of modifier as well. So what we'll do now is we'll look at how it operates. I'll just do it on the bench here and show you how it works, and then we'll sort of move on from there and do some testing. Okay, so we'll have a look at how you attach this. I'm going to use the battery rather than just plugging it into the wall. Now, they did send me this as an extra, so you don't get this with the unit. You've got to purchase this separately. I did already have the V-Lock battery though, so you know that's sort of fine. So what we'll do now is we'll connect it to the light and have a look at how it functions. Okay, so all you do is you're going to screw this lead into the light itself and then tighten it on with the screw there. Now that's good because what that will do, it will stop it from moving at all or being pulled out, and that's terrific. Now it looks like it's going to be very, very simple to operate. All you really have is an on-off switch. There's a mode turbo here, and we'll have a look at what they do in a minute. There's a dial that will control the intensity and also your color. You've also got here, which is a group. Now I'm not going to be looking at groups because I've only got one of these lights, so you know it's not going to make any difference. I can't show that. And you've also got a fan here that you can control the speed as well. So let's turn it on. I believe all you do is just click once here to turn it on. Now you can see straight away that there's a battery icon that showed here, and also it's got the smart fan on. Now what that means is it will just turn on as it needs to turn on. So if it gets hot, it will turn on. And I'll give you an idea about the volume that this has in a minute. So I'll sort of show that. Now your light intensity, you just turn from here. It can go from 0, which is completely off, which is really good actually, and you can go up to 100 as well. I know some lights won't go down to 0, so that can be a problem. And it does go up in stages as well, like it'll go from 5 to 10, which is good too. Now to press this down, you can get your color. Now it goes all the way down to, I think it's 2.7, which will be really warm. If you go all the way up to the other side, it will go, I think it was 6.7, 6.5 it goes up to on that side. So that's good. You're going to be able to balance most light conditions. It's not RGB, but you will be able to balance for incandescent light and daylight and things like that, which is often all you need, which is nice too. So let me just put this back to say around about daylight. And then looking here, like I said, there's a group, which I'm not going to be using, and there's a fan. Now, I'll turn the fan on. Now, this is going to be at its quiet mode. So if it was making a lot of noise, you could turn it on to quiet. So I'll stop and you can have a listen. Now, the mic is really just above me and that unit, so it's probably... I'm just looking at probably how far. It's probably half a hand length. It's probably a hand length away. It's just above the frame on me, actually. So I'll turn that off. And then we'll have a look at what this does. Now, if you press the turbo mode down, it should bring the fan on full. Now, it will be louder, so I'll turn that on and you'll see what I mean. So now that immediately jumps it to full power. And I'll stop so you can hear the fan on full. Now, if it was close to your talent and you were doing an interview, that could be a problem if it comes on full. So if I turn that off, it'll go back to smart. And like I said, you could just turn on the quiet fan if you wanted to keep it down as well. Now, it does come with some cool modes that are in here as well, and I'll take you through those just quickly. It does have candle. Now, these can all be adjusted with rates, etc., and speed. So that's your candle mode. You've got bonfire, sort of simulates a bonfire. You've also got breathing, which is where the light intensity sort of grows and then vanishes. You've got faulty bulb, which looks like a faulty bulb above you or in a light shade or something like that. And you've also got a flash, which simulates flash photography. And then you've got lightning as well. Like I said, these can all be varied as well, which is great. So that's letting you know all the features that are there. So what we'll do now is we'll go into the studio and I'll give you a look at what this reads with a light meter, because I'm just curious to sort of see how it will read about 2 meters away from the subject. And I'll be going probably 1/25th of a second, and I'll use ISO 100, and then we'll see what f-stop it gives us. And then obviously you could raise the ISO up if you needed to. So we'll have a look at that now. Okay, so I wanted to do a measurement to see what sort of power you're getting from this. And at 2 meters away with that reflector that I just showed you, that comes with the unit, I'm getting, at 1/25th of a second, at ISO 100, I'm getting f3.2. Now, if I wanted to, say, increase that a little bit, remember, ISO is not a problem now with raising it up. If I put this at 200 ISO, I'm getting 4.5. If I take it up to f400, I'm then getting 6.3. And if I go to ISO 500, I'm getting f7. So it's quite usable at around 2 meters away if you like a harsh type of light. Like I said, this is quite bright. That's at 100% when we're looking at that. And you can sort of see the distance that I'm working at here with it at 100% power. It's also on 5,500 Kelvin. So those results were quite good, actually. And obviously with today's cameras, you can really raise the ISO up or down. And like I said, it's not a problem even now going up to, 32, 60, 400 or whatever. With the A7S, you can go much, much higher than that. So it's going to be quite workable at a reasonable distance. Obviously, if you put a light on, like the other one I was showing you with the beauty dish with a diffuser on it, that will drop down as well. Probably lose a stop or so. So what we'll do now is we'll look at how you can sort of handhold this and go around the mannequins and have a look at how it would work sort of in real life and how you could sort of shape the light, and we'll do that now. Okay, so you can see as I bring the light up how much power. Now this is only at 50%, which, it shows how strong this light actually is. And so I'm just going to sort of play around and show you the difference of how you can manipulate it by walking around. So I'm just going to go down the side down here, and then you can sort of see if I push it up, the shadows that are being affected on the left-hand side there. Now, obviously, if you want a softer light, you would have to use a softbox like the one I was showing with the beauty dish or something like that. But you really can get around very, very quickly when you're using a light like this with the battery, because it does give you that ability to just walk around wherever you'd like to go. And it's really cool. So you can have an awful lot of fun moving things around. I mean, if you had two of these, you could have an absolute ball with sort of hair lighting and then key lighting and things like that. But it just sort of shows you what you can do after a bit of rim lighting here and just moving all around. They're a bit tall for me. I should have got on a ladder. But it gives you an idea anyway, sort of, how you can use these, which is a lot of fun. So let me know what you think. I'm really happy with this light. I think it's going to be great to use. It's incredibly light. The other thing too is it's going to be good for people to, like my assistants or whatever, to hold this, which will be really great. You could put this on a light stand if you wanted to, and then have the light on the light stand as well. So it's totally portable, and I really like that aspect about this. The only real weak spot really is the stand underneath is like a cheaper plastic, and it's a bit of a shame, because I think if anything's going to break, it's probably going to be this. I might see if I can work out a way of putting a bit of a better light stand on there, just to make it a little bit more robust. It does have your umbrella attachment at the front here though, so you could put use a soft umbrella if you wanted to use that as well. Apart from that, the intensity is really good. It's really quite powerful, and I love the way you can also dial in the color temperature at the same time. And like I said, if you use it with a V-lock battery, it would be great just for portability. I'll have to see how long you get out of this, so that'll be interesting. I'll have to time that when I get some time, just to see how long it lasts. It might be that I just get a second V-mount battery or something like that. But apart from that, thank you so much, COLBOR, for sending me this. I really appreciate it. Like everything though, my review is based on how I've used it, and I've showed you that here. Apart from that, guys, if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Bye for now.